I'm your host with the most local 23, joining me for Uninvited Chapter 13. White light blinds you. Operating tools clinking against their metal tray feel like cymbals crashing into your ears. She's awake. No need to panic. We used a local anesthetic. She'll be fine. Where am I? Your eyes settle on a man in blue scrubs and a face mask that you quickly identify as a doctor. Okay, I'm in a hospital? How? Why? Taking another look at the doctor, hoping your memory will return soon. A sheen of perspiration covers the doctor's forehead as he continues to inspect your arm. You can hear your heartbeat quickening on the monitor attached to your chest. Hospitals mean judging social workers with statements like, "Tell me again how you got those black eyes and broken ribs." They don't really care. That's their job to ask. You're tired of it. You know deep in your gut, choosing to stay with Bryce will be the death of you. Don't panic, just a few more stitches. You have a nasty cut, but it's looking better. Thoughts of Bryce flash across your mind. Bryce yelling at you, shoving you, berating you. Bryce? Tongue flexes across your bottom lip, tasting blood. Should we inform the officers? They're waiting outside. Let's allow the police to do their jobs after we've done ours. What happened to Bryce? Wonder if Bryce is locked up for hurting you. Try to remember what set him off in the first place, or this time, but can't, it's all a blur. Later, you awaken to a pair of detectives, both ready with questions. You apologize and ask them to be lenient with Bryce. They share a quizzical look before one asks if you recall what happened the night before. Shake your head only to have one of the detectives frown, jotting down some notes down in his black pad. The other detective clears his throat and breaks the news. Bryce is gone and you killed him. Years later, a feeling of deja vu coils itself around you as you stare at a text message Alex just received. The message that revealed Alex was the one who tipped off the reporters. This isn't real. It can't be. The day in the hospital, you thought the detectives were playing some cruel joke to teach you a lesson. Your mind tries to convince itself the text messages is all just some unfair jest. You struggle to breathe as you feel your sanity slipping away like a balloon caught in the breeze. Just like those detectives, this text was real. It was all real. Alex Carter is a liar. He betrayed you. He used you. You clutch your stomach as a wave of nausea steamrolls over you. You touch your blessings bracelet, but it seems to have suddenly lost its power. The beads are now cold, lifeless. Stare at Alex as he struggles to explain the text message. Oh. Ask him what's going on. What is this? It was because of Wally. Alex takes a cautionary step towards you, hands outstretched. What does Wally have to do with you telling reporters how to catch us having sex? Please let this be fake. Please let him have a good excuse. You try to ignore your thoughts, your instinct to strike him as hard as you can. Abby, I need you to listen to me. I said that before I realized you and I would get involved. I don't trust Wally. I need a reason to have him stay here. I didn't know the night, would escalate like this. Feel your hand digging the beads of the bracelet into your arm. I am strong. I'm strong. I'm strong. Why isn't this working anymore? This isn't the only thing I can think of, eh? This was the only thing I could think of, Abby. Do you believe me? Alex holds his breath, his lips pursed together. How can I? Alex curses. Why else would I send that message? It's not like it does me any good to be caught making love to my assistant. Making love? Is that what you call it? You use me. This is one of the worst things anyone's ever done to me. Fight back the tears that are begging to escape. It suddenly hurts to breathe. Considering your background, I find that hard to believe. It would have hurt less if he had just slapped you. I'll walk away. You take a sharp breath before turning around and rushing out the door. Shit! I didn't mean that, Abby. You ignore his cry as you run down the stairs. The ground is soggy from the storm. Your footsteps sink into the mud as if it's trying to hold you in place. Sherbet-colored clouds streak the sky as the sun begins to rise. You can hear Alex calling your name as you run round the corner of the shed. You have nowhere to go. Suddenly a low growl rumbles behind you, stopping you in your tracks. Slowly turn to see a massive dog facing you, the same one that attacked you. Without hesitation, you take off in a sprint, the hellhound close behind you. In seconds, the dog lunges forward, biting into your wrist, snapping your bracelet apart. You scream for help. Abby! In an instant, jagged teeth are replaced by Alex's cradling arms. Abby, what the hell? Are you alright? Most women would say push him away. And yet, it's all a big misunderstanding. Yes, we know from, this perspective that it's all a misunderstanding, but it's still just a misunderstanding. You feel yourself calming down as Alex holds you tight against his body. Shh, it's okay. I got you. I got you. Sobs Alex rubs circles into your back, delicately kissing your forehead. It's okay. I'm here now. Your sobs turn into slight hiccups. Alex looks around and notices the beads to your bracelet shattered on the ground. You pull yourself out of his arms and take a step backwards. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, I wouldn't be entirely okay. I just found out. You told reporters we're having sex. I'm not okay. I meant physically. I guess. It bit me on my wrist, but I'm fine. Alex takes your wrist and inspects the scratch, or lucky it isn't too deep. He begins picking up the scattered beads and placing them in your open palm. What are you doing? They're from your bracelet. You're always wearing. Aren't they important to you? Why would you think that? A slight smile plays across his lips. You're always touching them. You notice that? Wipe your eyes, Alex gives a slight shrug. I think you should hold on to the things that are important. That goes for people, too. Feel a fluttering in your stomach, like when you've had too much champagne. Abby, I had not an intention of those reporters catching us together. I just wanted a reason to have Wally stay in the cabin. I needed to keep an eye on him. I had asked him to work for me even before I met you, but he declined. Any excuse I could think of to find out more about him was denied. Why? Why would you want him in the cabin if you don't trust him? Because he literally said keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Why not have him under the same roof? Even before I didn't trust him, I wanted to get to know him. He waits for a few moments before continuing. For years, reporters have been trying to catch me in a serious relationship. I've never had one for them to report on. So after you were hired, I had an idea. It was after I found out Wally was headed to the cabin to help you. How would you know that? My secretary, Felicia, checked in with Zachary Caldwell to discuss the tab you were running. To make sure I wasn't buying anything unnecessary and lying about it? It's not as though I wouldn't have noticed if you had been. No, she was settling the account with Zachary when he told her Wally was delivering a generator. He said Wally was also willing to assist you with organizing the cabin before I returned. Wally told me you two had been discussing him handling the cabin's furnishings before. Yes, I asked him, but he declined. Why would he suddenly change his mind? I don't know, what do you think? To sabotage this place. Either way, I needed him here, and he's already helped you once. Reporters threatening to publish lies about you warrants an escort, doesn't it? Please, I would have never sent the message if I'd known what would have happened between us. Your nostrils flare as you turn your head, looking off into the distance. I understand why you're upset, and I'm not saying you shouldn't be. I just want you to believe I didn't seduce you so those reporters could catch us. I just needed a way to get a Wally to stay in the cabin. Keep him close. I'm sorry if you feel hurt. It wasn't my intention. I would have never sent the message had I known that what could happen. I'm usually much more in control of my actions. You don't answer. Instead, your hand tightens around the beads he picked up from the muddy ground. Abby, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Please forgive me? I don't know if I'm ready to forgive, but he could be telling the truth. Stay silent. Look down at your hand, fiddle with loose beads. Abby, do you forgive me? I need to think of something to say. Abby, do you see that? Alex points off in the distance. Engrossed in your own thoughts, you finally follow his hand and see her. The young girl illuminating before you clear as day. Crystal. She's shrouded in soft hues of red and yellow as the sun rises over the trees. The young girl bends a finger, beckoning you to follow. This is really happening, right? You nod as you begin to follow the young girl with Alex close behind. We shouldn't do this. Yes, we should. Of course we should. We're trying to find out what happened the night Crystal died, aren't we? Yeah, but nothing. Who better to help us than Crystal? If that's really her. You trudge muddy ground as Crystal leads you to the same circle of boulders. Be careful, the rocks are slippery. Alex warns you as you march on ahead of him. Crystal waits for both of you before pointing towards the bottom of the rocks. Alex leans in, trying to get a better look. What's down there? I don't know, but there has to be something. A burst of sunlight cuts through the blanketing clouds, and you see it, reflecting off the rocks. Oh my! You point towards the reflected light. Is that what I think it is? You nod. It's a knife. Joyce Carter reads the article that has been emailed and texted her from multiple sources. One was the company's publicist, asking if Joyce had spoken with Alex. Joyce leans back in her chair, her silk gown flowing out as her manicured nails tap against the desk. Her lips are pursed as she thinks things over, weighing the pros and cons of it all. Finally, she stands up and marches to the master bedroom. Dalton, wake up. She shakes her husband awake. Oh, the house better be on fire, Joyce. Look at this. Joyce shoves her phone in front of Dalton, who slowly begins to sit up. Did someone die? No. Have they started another strike? No. Dalton frowns. So what could possibly be so goddamn important? It's about Alex. Dalton looks at his wife, now giving her his full attention. Fine, give it to me. I love doing that voice. Joyce watches her husband's expression change as he reads the article and the attached photo. His eyebrows rise and fall in both surprise and concern. What do you think? I think this article is horse shit. Dalton! What? My son wouldn't hire someone based on whether he's dating her or not. Joyce should say. They could have started dating after. It's possible the romance is a new development. An awful fast one, if it is. Kids move faster these days. Who's this girl again? The woman from Pathways. The one you made him hire? Joyce nods. Dalton is quiet for a moment as he reads the article a second time. He glances up at his wife, then grabs her hand and kisses it. Don't worry, we raised him well. He'll do what he thinks is right. That's all we can ask for. I can't help but worry. I didn't want him to go out to the stupid cabin to begin with. Now these reporters are out there claiming he's in a relationship with a woman he just hired. A woman who murdered her ex-boyfriend. I told you so. You'd know what kind of woman our son would be hiring. No. You wanted me to know because it was your idea to hire her. It was my idea to hire her, but I didn't expect this. I may have to involve myself. No. Dalton holds his wife's hand tightly. Our son can handle this, so let him. Joyce slides her hand away and begins walking towards the door. Fine, I'll stay out of it. For now. Dalton hears his wife's muttered words before she slams the door behind her. He chuckles at her defiance and grit before grabbing the phone off the nightstand. He presses a few buttons and waits for an answer. It's me. I had a situation come up in Bayless. I need you to step in. I wonder what this means. Zachary, it's best to keep our past in the past. Chapter finished. Thank you for reading. So, by the way, They'll have, no one's really commented, but I've just started uploading these, this afternoon, about the issue I'm having. So, as you undoubtedly know, we did Mr. Devil. No shit. Let me know if you're having this issue. So I want you to, well, if you're done with a book, okay? If you're done with, say, Invited for this week, close the app and reopen it. And let me know if it is, in fact, 13 of 13, or did it reset and it's like 16 of 18. So that's one of the issues I'm having. I notified chapters developers about it. So hopefully they already said they're investigating. They'll pass it on to their techs. They'll look into it. I gave them my game ID, yada, yada, yada. Long story short. Hopefully they fix it. At the very least, credit me my diamonds back so I could at least go back through after they fixed it. And I could at least go back through and pick the same choices and get caught up to date for next week. Because clearly I'm going to have to play Mr. Devil and The Boy I Hate literally all over again. And I'm not looking forward to that, but unfortunately I have to. I mean, I am looking forward to it, it's cool, but trying to speed through it while making the same choices is more difficult than it sounds, basically. With that being said, I hope y'all did enjoy the video. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. Head down the description below. Links to social media, our Discord, and a few links to support me and my content. As well as, if you do subscribe, make sure to hit that bell next to it. It allows you to know about notifications, especially when I do videos and whatnot. And also, there's a link to Twitch. Yes, I'm on Twitch! I've already done about 9 or so videos, I believe. So feel free to check those out, and I'm going to be streaming occasionally on there as well as YouTube. I'm trying to branch out, be multi-platform, as well as I could do things on Twitch and stream on there and do things. And yes, I wanted to point this out. The man that you love, the news came suddenly. Wow, no spaces, no nothing. Like, oh boy, I can't wait for this. Yeah. So I don't want to drench out because I'd like to do Heroes, Overwatch, Detroit Becomes Human. I would probably still do that on YouTube as well, but there's a lot of other games I want to get, but I don't want to like oversaturate. So if you want to move over, you want to see content on Twitch too, get me affiliated as well on there. Hit that follow on Twitch. Other than that, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video, which will be Kiss, unless you've already watched it and you're backtracking. Peace.